Alright, here we go with draft number 4. The games of draft number 4, anyway. Let's see how we can do. I have high hopes for this deck. I'm going for 6 or 7 wins, I think. If I fall flat on my face, then I look really silly, but hopefully it won't come to that. Alright, Extinction, what you got for me? Alright, this hand has a Grenadin Drone into Rakano Outlaw with a Combust to back it up. This is great. This is everything we dreamed of. And we're going first. So unless they have like a Stormlinks on the other side of the table to block our Outlaw with, we should be in pretty good shape. Or a Lightning Storm, that would also be pretty devastating. Well, let's see what they got. Rakano Stranger, sure. Okay, so I can play the Katana on one of these Grenadin to split up the my threats, and then they can trade here. I think I'm certainly playing the Katana this turn. I can also put it on my Outlaw, but that, I mean, it's just kind of risky because I'm putting a lot of threats on one unit. I think, whoops, I should have hit on this one. That's a small mistake, but a mistake nonetheless. My opponent's probably going to trade here. Yeah. Because if I Smuggler Stash this one back, that's better for me because when I replay it, I get to get a Grenadin. In any case, we're pretty happy with this setup. A couple of units and Smuggler Stash. Just going to keep on attacking until our opponent does something about it, and when they do, we're going to combust to deal with whatever unit they play. No blocks. Doesn't look like there's a fast spell on our opponent's side. Karmic Guardian. Okay. Can also just put the sidearm here, and I mean, if they try to buff the Karmic Guardian, I can combust it. Assuming that they don't have, assuming that they don't have a protect, that is. But I think that as a 1/4, it's not actually doing a whole ton. I want to see them invest more heavily into it before I kill it. Well, that doesn't really count. Although, you know what? My opponent, if I... actually... If I combust this, the Karmic Guardian, then I can trade this for one of my opponent's units, but that's not the most exciting. I can also trade the Outlaw for, like, the Pathfinder, which isn't that exciting. I can stash back... Yeah, stashing back those... That's not too bad. Okay, I guess you just make the value play while you can. They might not even block this. Oh, looks like they are doing the double block. So I get the draw 4 with the Smuggler Stash, and hopefully that'll be good enough. I also have a huge Warcry unit. Yeah, if I had done that correctly, I would have had a second Grenadin to go with this. Should have a huge unit coming up at some point. My opponent probably drew the unit that they Pathfindered. Jeez, what is going on here? Alright, let's double block. We'll happily trade. Xenon Guardian. Okay, Friendly Wisp. Alright. Well, this is unfortunate. We still haven't drawn whatever it is that we Warcried. Oh, there we go. Okay. I guess that's what we Warcried. At some point, I can combust this. My opponent can get up high enough. And they're certainly very close to it. Their last card's Xenon Guardian, though. Okay, so if I put the Sword here. Yeah, there's no way they can take down the Bladekin Apprentice. If I put the sword here, I can combust the Xenon Guardian. It's not that great. What if I also put the sidearm on this? Then that becomes 8, yeah, and they can't block it. If I just do this, then they can block it. But if I do this, then they can't. So they're going to be quickly into chump block or die territory soon. And they can't play a Xenon Guardian and ultimate this one. They do not have the power to do so. This is an aggressive line, but I think we're okay. Our opponent doesn't have a lot of power, like attack on the board, except for the Xenon Guardian, and if they do buff it, then we're going to, they're going to lose all that attack very quickly with the Combust. So if they just ultimate the Xenon Guardian and attack here, well, they're going to, huh. That's pretty good. Gaining 3 life there, that's a big deal. And the other Xenon Guardian, okay, we might be in some trouble. Well, okay, I said that, but... Alright, I'd have the tough break partner. And then we drew the Flame Blast, and then we won. So, that was looking a little dire there. And then our deck bailed us out. Whoa. That was a lot of points. Well, I mean... Weird things happened at the beginning of the season. Alright, so that's game 1. Alright, this hand looks great. We've got Outlaw into Sharpshooter, and we've got a rapid shot to help us get through. Brandon Drone, huh? And we even have a turn 1 Oni Ronin. This Oni Ronin is actually not going to be that useful. We might end up sacrificing it to the Thorn Beast. But if our opponent has 2 of these guys, it just doesn't accomplish a whole lot. This is awful aggressive, though. Taking Grenadin. I don't think this is worth trading. I think it's worth keeping this around as a sacrifice for the Thorn Beast. Rebel Sharpshooter, that's a pretty strong card. Ooh. Actually. Hold on a moment. Well, I'd have to play the Obsidian Golem before playing the Thorn Beast, which is a little awkward. I can play Sharpshooter this turn. If I just play the Golem this turn, how's that? Let's attack. Yeah, if my opponent wants to block with the Sharpshooter, I think I'm pretty happy using the Rapid Shot to clear it out of the way. This is very dangerous. It's one way my opponent can get through a 5-5, which is part of our plan. The other part of our plan is just suiting this up and swinging with it over and over again. Okay, so we get to clear that out. And then that makes the power usage a little less awkward for when we're playing this Golem. So now we can Thorn Beast the Golem and then have a 5-5 and then put the armor on the Outlaw. Jeez. Taking Grenadin. No joke, huh? Okay, well, I guess I'm free to attack with this Outlaw. My opponent has a Vanquish, that's a little awkward, but aside from that, I think we're okay. Can even attack with this Golem? If I just play the Sharpshooter afterward. They're not going to block the Golem. I don't think they're attacking into a Sharpshooter. Well, I should probably just get the big unit out on the table. And then next turn I can potentially go Sharpshooter plus, oh. Or they could do this. Oops. Well. Wait, why did I go after those two? Oh, yeah, I'm a fool. Oopsies. Well, I did technically get a 2-for-1 there. Okay, now we need... If we go power, we can play the sharpshooter, then the armor on it, and then the maul. Longsword, huh? Yeah, that's a lot of damage. Looks like our opponent has a fast spell as well, so that's not too good. Grandin Drone's a nice one. Yeah, I'm still not really interested in just suiciding this for one of the 1/1s. At some point, my opponent might start thinking about chump blocking, in which case, clearing these guys out is good for that. On the other hand, we might just need to chump block the Champion of Glory. Okay. I think my opponent has a trick also. We could put it... Well, if they do have a trick, if I make a 7/7, they have to, in order to beat it, they have to use a trick and lose these guys, or lose their 5/3. And both of those are not the worst for me. And if it ever gets endurance, yeah, that's not good for me. So I'm going to do this. Oh, I should have attacked the sharpshooter also. No? Okay. Well, that's fine. If my opponent gets endurance, though, that's not exactly happy times. Okay, that's fine. Yeah, let's just chump that. Definitely looks like my opponent has a trick. Stash, jeez. That is not bad. Especially if we're on the chump block plan, the stash could be really nice. Just taking it, jeez. Yeah, there's no real reason to stash yet. We want to use up this Stone Scar Maul before stashing. Okay, so our opponent has a Protect or a... it could be Torch. I don't think that's very likely, but I think it's probably Protect or Finest Hour. Probably Finest Hour. That's my guess based on the way that they've played this game. Finest Hour does not save this. You can attack with this too, you know. Yeah, let's block here. If this dies, that's better for us. Alright. Alright, let's not mess around. Let's just go after this guy. Finest Hour does a lot of damage to us, but doesn't actually change combat. And now they're in the Abyss. And I will happily block. Just block anything I can with these two. Because we get to stash back the Maul plus whatever. It's just pretty nice. Actually, if I can just play a unit, I will. Yep. I'm buying a lot of time, but I don't think it's going to be enough. This deck is very nice. Uh-oh, Valkyrie Aspirant. I think we're okay. What am I getting back? I can get back the Golem, the Drone. Yeah, probably just the Golem, the Drone, and the Maul. So I'm going to stash and get back. Okay, so yeah, I can attack here. Okay, if my opponent's chump blocking, that's not a good sign for them. That stash is probably game. Alright. Quick 2-0. It used to be that I would avoid Stone Scar and just any fire decks like the Plague, But I think recently they've started working out a lot better for me. I think this is a redraw. It's really close, but like having so much late game and only 2 powers is a little scary. Yeah, I like this hand much more. Especially if I can draw a 1 or 2 drop. If not, it's a little weird, but not the end of the world. Alright, perfect. A unit to sacrifice to the Thorn Beast. That's exactly what I was looking for. Oh, our opponent... Is this the same person we played earlier? Right, we're not blocking. This can trade. Well, this looks like a stranger deck. If they play a stranger that we are scared of, we can combust the remaining Grenadin at it. Vanquish. Ooh. Yikes. Okay. Well. Alright, we'll play the sharpshooter. Maybe that'll hold our opponent back. Guess we can attack with this too. Anyway, we can put the katana on the sharpshooter. Make it a pretty big threat. So our opponent... It's definitely at least 4... Yeah, it looks like they're just playing a many-faction stranger deck. And if I put the katana here, then this is a very scary attacker. If they attack, I probably don't block. Morningstar. Jeez. Yeah, you got it. Okay, well... We are... probably just going to combust that. Let's see. Yeah, I mean... No fast spell? Doesn't look like there's a fast spell. We're just gonna start swinging, I guess. We win this race. Although if my opponent has like an execute, they can change the timing pretty quickly. Xenon Guardian. That's a nice one. Nice chump blocker and addition to the clock. I'm just gonna put the sword on. Yeah, you know what? They didn't have removal last time. I'm just gonna make this huge. Putting all of our eggs in one basket here. But, it's a basket they couldn't deal with last turn. Divining Rod. Whoa. Just as a 6/6. Alright. Well, I should probably chump. Just in case they have a levitate or something, I think it was worth jumping. And it's a good thing they didn't have a power, so they can't threaten to ultimate this Xenon Guardian yet. So this is a little awkward. The Xenon Guardian's bigger than my Chieftain. Ooh, that is... I'm not sure about that attack. Letting me up... Oh, well, I guess if you have that. Okay. Ooh, Stash is nice. Yeah, let's attack like that. I actually don't mind if my opponent kills my Chieftain. Because then this becomes big enough to trade with, or to kill the Tartar Patrol or trade with the Xenon Guardian. And, I mean, I could get it back, but I think I'm just getting back the Slumbering... Well, I'm definitely getting back Slumbering Stone. Probably Thorn Beast is probably the best other card to get. I don't know. This is pretty good as well. You can't just take this. I think you have to kill a 5/5 with the 6/6. Oh, whoa. That's pretty crazy. Alright, we're just using this as a double dark return. We'll get the Thorn Beast and the Flyer. The Slumbering Stone. They've got a lot to fight through. Is there a harsh rule on that side of the table or something? What is this? Another tower top patrol. Alright, that's a little strange. We'll just force our opponent to chump again, I guess. And attack with the flyers to start whittling them down. I could play the Thorn Beast, but I mean, I don't think my opponent can survive this without a harsh rule. Unless they've got like, yeah, I couldn't really think of anything. So that was weird. They're playing Divining Rod? Alright, well. Alright, 3 wins. We are well on our way. Let's keep it going. After this draft, I suppose I should take a minute to just do inventory on this account. See how close we are to completing that deck, and see how and see how many rares we have that we can rake up into stones. Because I feel like it's probably a fair amount. I don't remember the last time I did that. Egg 911. Okay, this is another good hand. Well, it's not insane. Like, only running on the draw isn't the craziest thing, but like the fact that it has either 4 power or 3 power depending on whether we draw power or something else is nice. And if they don't have 1 drop or a 2 drop, we get to start bashing with the Oni running. It's a little awkward. I kind of want to draw a Shadow Sigil and then no more sigils after that. Alright, well. I think, okay, so it may be a little weird that I played the Fire Sigil there, but if they just play like a 3/3 of some sort to block, I think it would have been worth just Flame Blasting it and continuing to attack. And since they didn't have a blocker, I think I'm just going to play Rebel Sharpshooter. Horned Vorlunk. Okay, well, we can just Flame Blast that out of the way and keep on attacking. So this is 7. Accumulated a fair amount of War Cries. Let's see what our opponent has. They got something that echoed. Not sure what our opponent's doing. Didn't look like there was a fast spell there. What could have been the Echo card? Maybe they're missing Primal. That's possible. Okay, well, they just scooped up. I was thinking about just playing the Obsidian Golem because in case they did have a Harsh Rule or some sort of sweeper, it doesn't get swept up in it. Looks like we reached the Silver League. Yeah, my best bet is our opponent was just missing Primal, and they drew something like a Teriax Hatchling. They could have drawn daggers as well, and they just didn't have a unit to put it on. Like, yeah. I suppose their hand just wasn't very impressive, and we overran them. They were depending on the Vorlunk, but we were able to attack through it. Alright. Let's see if the game can find us a worthy opponent. I would, if I played Hearthstone more, I would start singing the arena music now. But I wouldn't. I would just make a fool out of myself, basically. Okay. Going first, which is nice. That's actually the first we've seen of the Champion of Chaos, which is our pack one, pick one. This hand's nice. We've got Bladekin into Katana. So as long as they don't have a snowball or something of that sort, we're pretty happy. Combust might be a little awkward, but if we're able to get, you know, several cards with the Smuggler Stash, we're pretty happy. Alright, Temple Scribe it is. Go ahead and draw your card. Ooh, Oni Ronin. Alright, well, let's draw our card first. This Oni Ronin is probably just bait for the Combust. That is, that's some pretty aggressive chump blocking, if you ask me. If they follow it up with a Lightning Storm, then I feel awfully silly, but barring that, well, there's Primal. Oh, just another Temple Scribe. Well, that does pretty well at blocking the Oni Ronin. I can Flame Blast it, but I think we have bigger fish to fry. Something with Echo. That could be a snowball. That would be really bad. Static Bolt. Okay. That's unfortunate. Oh, and Twinning Ritual. Okay, so this is clearly not going to be as easy as the other games. Ooh, that is a nice one. Champion of Chaos. Sure. This is not Warcry. I have not yet Warcry, actually. So let's see what all the fuss is about. Teriax Hatchling. Sure. Okay. Well. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna kill that Teriax Hatchling. Because I definitely want to attack with the Champion of Chaos. And this powers up the Smuggler's Stash a bit. I don't know, maybe not. Geez, another Twinning Ritual. So this is going to be a 4-3 Teriax Hatchling? They went deep on the Twinning Rituals. I could also just get back Bladekin Apprentice plus Katana plus Champion of Chaos if I trade with this. But on the other hand, once it becomes... Yeah, I think I just Flame Blast this. Get in there. Because, I mean, the more times I can attack with Champion of Chaos, the better. We need a Shadow for the other half of Champion of Chaos, and I don't want to give this up until I have to. If they attack with the Terrazon, I think there's a fair chance that I just block, though. I don't know, maybe this is too aggressive. We're going to take a lot of damage here. Yeah. This at least has lifesteal. I would like the deadly Overwhelm. Okay, well, in that case. That's no good. So let's get these guys, let's get the Katana. Let's see if we can draw that power now. Nope, oh well. Still sending it in. We might just get crushed in the air here. Our opponent has mounted a pretty nice defense. Okay, I think we have to take that. That's a lot of damage. They only have 5 in the air though, and we do have this Combust, which is nice. Okay, let's play this. Let's Thorn Beast it. Let's play the other Apprentice. Let's wait until they ultimate the Xenon Guardian before combusting, though. Let's make them spend a turn. I don't know, maybe that's excessive. Oh god. Okay, well we have to kill that. That's so much damage, holy cow. Are we dead? Yeah, we're dead in the air next turn. Unless we can find another removal spell for the Teriax hatchling. Well... Our opponent mounted a very powerful defense there. Okay, yep. Only this was a torch instead. Probably still wouldn't be enough. Alright, well. Not too sad about that one. Our opponent had the early removal they needed, backed up by just really big units. If we had drawn a second shadow, we might have, or sorry, a third shadow, we might have been able to sneak across enough damage with the Champion of Chaos in order to win. But even then, like, our opponent, after durdling for just a few turns, came out with huge units. And just so many of them. I mean, they twinning ritualed a Teriax hatchling twice. Alright. See if we can get 3 wins before we can get 2 losses. Second again. Alright, let's redraw this. All fire cards, no fire sigils. Okay, well. Going second with this Bladekin Apprentice isn't very exciting, but hopefully we have what we need in order to start attacking. Oof. And Oni run in? Yes, please. District Infantry. Interesting. I wonder what happens such that they couldn't play that on turn 1. Maybe they just drew it, or maybe they just drew the Justice influence. Anyway, I think we're happy to trade that for their blade as District Infantry plus a War Cry, because we don't. I mean, we don't play defense very well at all. And an Oni Ronin. Well, this guy does one thing. I mean, this basically does one thing as well. Hopefully we can draw one of our Grenadin drones in order to stop this assault. Grand Acolyte. That is a lot of eggs in one basket. Yeah, I'll trade. I think normally I wouldn't be too keen on trading there, but putting that much on one unit tempts me. Okay. This is quickly getting to the point. This Bladekin Apprentice is quickly getting to the point where they're just never going to be able to block it. Alright. Well, I think if our opponent can, if our opponent just trades here, we're pretty happy. I think if they had a trick, they would have used it. Rally. Interesting use. Okay, well, we're just going to Smuggler Stash to get those 2 units back. The Ranger plus the Outlaw, I believe. Yeah. It's not the most value, but I think it should be enough value to, for what we need. Our opponent appears to be stuck. They're facing down a Bladekin Apprentice that they're never going to be able to block. Unless this is like a huge unit. Even so, we have a Combust to deal with it. We just need to be able to fight over the board a little better. Crown Watch Deserter. Yep, that can't block the Bladekin Apprentice. If they throw everything in front of the Bladekin Apprentice, I guess they can trade it, but like that's still a good trade for us. And they have to do it now also. Kills our 2 biggest units. I don't know. Maybe I needed to combust to get rid of the 4/4 there. But both these units can attack through the 2/1 that's left behind. And neither of these are great for sacrificing. Oh. Okay, well that was a good draw. Yeah, let's just maul the Longhorn Surgeon to attack with both, since now these two can get through. And they either have to chump the Lethrai Ranger or let it infiltrate and become a 5/5. It looks like they're opting to let it become a 5/5. So now this is the lethal attacker, and I can sacrifice the Outlaw to get through. Well, if I combust this, then my opponent's forced to chump. Sure. I mean, they would have been forced to chump had I done it the other way too, but I think this is fine. Still a lethal attacker. Alright. Let's win number 5. Going for 2 more. Oh, and we finished this quest, so we get a gold chest. Very nice. Get a pack along with it. And we're getting into the territory where we'll be able to draft again without having to grind up any ranked queues or whatnot. Okay, we've got 1-drop, 2-drop. And even a Flame Blast if the game goes long. Katana, not the best on these units. We don't have anything with Quick Draw yet. This hand is devastating on the play and just kind of good on the draw. Wild Cloud Snake. Okay, I think we're interested in just trading if our opponent gives us the option. No. They must have an X3 of some sort that they want to block the Oni Ronin with. So we can't Flame Blast next turn, but we can Flame Blast on the following turn. That should be able to clear out anything they can play on turn 3 or turn 4, although obviously they could play 2 things, and that's somewhat troublesome. Interesting. Well, can play the Katana. I think we're still attacking with the Ronin. I think trading with either of those units is fine with us. Okay, well, I guess I'm going to play Katana, especially with a Smuggler Stash in hand. I kind of just want to cycle the cards that I have. Something with Echo. I wonder if this is a Snowball. Scavenging Vulture. Oh, now it's a 2/2. Probably have to get rid of this Spider. Ooh, bold. Okay, well, I'm just gonna Flame Blast this. Either of these trade with either of these, so I guess getting rid of the flyer is a little better. If for some reason my opponent doesn't want to block, they're probably just gonna block the Lethrai Ranger, and I think that's okay. Getting it back means that, or this dying means that we can Smuggler Stash it back. And both the weapon and the unit itself. Amethyst Acolyte. Well, that's pretty good against us. We aren't going to be able to Smuggler Stash that back, at least not for any sort of value. Ooh, the Acolyte is really nice with the Smuggler Stash. Anyway, we're going to play this Chieftain. Then we're going to get aggressive with it, and then Puma will help us race. Our opponent is also stuck, it appears. Ice Sprite. Well, at least we still have the Puma. We don't have too many ways of removing that, unfortunately. If we could draw the Maul, that would be excellent, so we can get rid of this. But anyway, putting the sword on the Puma is pretty nice as well, because that will let us race a little faster. Whoa, aggressive. Okay, well, we're going to gain 5 of that back. And again, I'm happy to trade this Puma as necessary, because I can just stash it back, and then I get the sword. So I can get the Puma, the Katana, the sword, and the Lethrai Ranger all back. Death Strike. Maybe want to wait to do that on attacks. Maybe not. I don't know. Ooh, Combust is nice. Whoa, Combusted. I think I should wait on the Combust. Let's get these 2 back. Let's get these 2 back. Oh, I can combust this on the Ice Sprite and attack for 7. It's pretty good. I kind of just want to get the other unit out there. I could also combust the Chieftain on something in order to give its 5 attack to something. If I do that, 5 + 5 + 4, I actually have lethal with the Lethrai Ranger, so if my opponent makes a strange attack here, they could be dead. Not 100% sure that this is the right play. Maybe I should have just combusted the Cloud Snake to get rid of it. And then the Puma could get me back into this game. Another Wisdom of the Elders. They drew something with Echo. It could just be a snowball. That's possible. Unstable form. Whoa. That's a lot of damage. Well, this is why I'm going to take out then. But if they only leave one blocker back, then they die. So maybe they do that. And that was the Echo card, I suppose. So they don't have a snowball. I think they're trying to figure out how they want to attack, whether they just attack with the Impending Doom or these 2. Whoa, attacking with everything. Bold move. Alright, do you have a follow-up? No? Well, I don't think anything stops this, especially not with the Rapid Shot. So all I gotta do, I'll just put this on here. That, and attack for 14. Even have this. Well, I don't think my opponent thought that they were necessarily dying that turn, but we had it, and we got him. That Combust was really good. Alright, on to the last game. Well, hopefully the last game. If we lose, we get to play one more. We have one more shot at getting up to 7 wins. Get that sweet triple diamond chest. Allowing us to draft again. I think we can already draft again with what we got. Alright, let's go ahead and redraw. This hand does not have units. This hand does not have units. Okay, well, if we draw a couple of units with this Katana, I think we could be in a pretty good shape. Oh man, facing up against turn 1 Oni Ronin too. Yikes. Well, this one might just get away from us very quickly. Alright, let's draw like a Dark Wisp or something. Something that can block. Well, as far as ways of getting back into this game, that is not the worst. But I don't think we're going to survive that long. Looks like our opponent also has a fast spell. Alright, well, that's our line. I'm going to try to block, but I like Temper, Torch, Obsidian Acolyte, or wait, no. All those get us. And a Rapid Shot. Okay. We're not just dead, but we're basically dead. I can't think of anything that can really save us here. Yeah, we're dead on board. Yeah, I can't think of anything that saves us, but we might as well play it out. Yeah. Okay. Well, that one got away from us very quickly. I still like our chances of winning the last one. Despite that game. Alright, Honest. I hope you're ready. Well, we gotta redraw this hand. It doesn't have both factions, and more than half our hand is fire. This hand, we have to blow the Amethyst Monument quickly, but it's gonna be worth it. Well, I say that, and then I draw the Grandin Drone. We can play the Grandin Drone later. We need to get, like, Bladekin Apprentice or Kano Outlaw down quickly, I believe. Alright, please no Snowball. There wasn't an extra card in their hand. But, you know, you never know. Alright, that's encouraging. We'll just play the Sharpshooter at some point when we get 4. I suppose I could have played Outlaw plus Drone. That would have been fine as well. But if we get up to 4, we can go Drone plus Thorn Beast. That's pretty nice. Let's go ahead and attack here. Whoa! Okay, well, I don't know how I feel about that chump block. This is going to get away from my opponent very quickly. Polymorph. Okay. Sure. So, even if they do have a Lightning Storm, unless they have 2 Lightning Storms, I think we're just okay. They're still taking 6 if they have 1. If they have 2, that's pretty bad. I think you're down board. No, not quite. That's only 10. But yeah, seems difficult. You need to block the 5-1. Yeah. So that's 10 damage. And now we can't even Smuggler Stash this back. But I think that's okay. Alright! 7 wins! We got there. So let's go ahead and collect our prizes. Claim them. Boop, boop, boop. None of these shinies are very impressive, but we got the gold, we got the packs, and that's what we were after. Let's go ahead and open these packs. Withering Witch. Withering Witch is a bomb in draft. This also has Torch and Lightning Storm and Serpent Trainer, which are pretty good cards. I think if it was pack 1, pick 1, I'd take the Withering Witch, just because of how much easier it makes it to deal with strong units. Harsh Fool. There's another bomb, and as far as res go, and these are also playable cards, so I'm not going to disenchant them. Steelbound Dragon. That's also a bomb. Yeah, I guess I take it from here. Unless I'm in Never Fire mode, I think there's that I gotta take the dragon. And another Visage, which we can go ahead and Dust. Okay, so let's go to our cards really quickly. Let's go to the collection and quickly destroy anything. Oops. Let's sort, get all those rarities and legendaries that we own. I don't think we've opened a legendary that I want to get rid of yet. Okay, so these are like Song of Wars. We can go ahead and destroy these. We don't need a General Azaleo. We don't need the Steelbound Dragon. Dawnwalker, Copper Conduit is okay. Paladin Oathbook sees play every once in a while. I guess we saw one in the draft, right? All these cards kind of see play once in a while. Oh, this Stronghold's Visage we can totally get rid of. And Explorer Emeritus, though sweet, another card we can get rid of. Okay, and that actually that gives us enough shiftstone to craft one of our legendaries. How many of these do we have? It's not telling me. We don't have any of the Righteous Furies. Okay, so we'll do this more of this later. But we're getting there. I think we have pretty much every card that's not a legendary, or we're one shy or something like that. So only a few more cards to go. Anyway, thank you for joining me. I hope you had a good time getting up to 7 wins. I know I did. If you haven't already, be sure to check out my Twitch channel. I am a little more busy, can't stream as much, but still I try to do Monday, Fridays. So we have a good time. My latest foray has been into trying to play Nyctotraxian decks, and those are a lot of fun to say the least. Anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys later. Bye.